Sometimes in the depth of night, when everyone is asleep, there comes a moment you feel a strange sensation in your heart. An unexplainable heaviness settles within you. You cannot describe your fatigue, nor the emotions stirring inside. And in that moment, though you may not understand, your soul has begun to hear the call of God. This call does not come through words, but through feelings. It begins as a whisper. No matter how hard you try not to hear it, it grows stronger. Because God speaks to the heart in whispers, not from the outside, but from within. Meister Eckhart says, "The heart is the mirror in which God reflects himself." Perhaps you too are passing through such a time. You feel tired, unhappy. But this fatigue is not ordinary. It is the silence before your soul awakens. Sometimes God cannot awaken the soul without first tiring it. That's why confusion enters your life, roads close, plans fall apart. Yet even in that chaos there is a hidden order, for the divine works all things for your good, even when you cannot see it. Eckhart says, "Before God gives you something, he first makes you worthy of it. So everything you are living through is preparing you. A loss, a fracture, a silence. Each is a preparation, each a piece of the sacred plan shaped by the hands of God. And in this process, God sends you signs. If you learn to look with your heart, you will feel how he guides you." Now, let us remember those divine signs together. Perhaps these words are the echo of your own story. 1. The sign. Deep loneliness. One morning you wake up and something inside you feels missing. People are around you, yet you belong to none. That loneliness, it is the moment God calls you to himself. Eckhart says, "When the soul begins to hear the voice of God, it can no longer hear the voice of the world." This loneliness is not a lack, but a preparation. Sometimes God distances you from everyone so that you may draw nearer to him. 2. The sign, repeating symbols. A word, a number, a symbol, it keeps appearing before you for days, in a dream, on the street, in a book. And you ask yourself, is it a coincidence? But Eckhart says, the universe is the silent language of God. God speaks to you through symbols, the song of a bird, a stranger's words, a beam of light. Each is a silent conversation he holds with you. When you begin to understand this language, life no longer seems random. Every thought has a meaning, every event a purpose. 3. The sign, inner restlessness. Outwardly everything seems fine, yet your heart is not quiet. Something is missing, but you cannot name it. This restlessness is the divine call. God is moving you from one state of being to another. Eckhart says, the soul is purified by fire. To burn is to draw near to God. Yes, it hurts, but that burning cleanses you, because the divine essence within you has begun to break its shell. 4. The sign, farewell to the past. Sometimes a person leaves, a door closes, a chapter ends. You don't understand it, but God is preparing you. He empties your heart before he fills it. Eckhart says, God does not open a new door without first closing the old one. Loss is not punishment, it is transformation. The new page cannot begin before the old one ends. Every tear you shed is sacred water that washes your heart clean. 5. The sign, the birth of surrender. At some point you grow tired of resisting. You begin to say, whatever is meant to be, will be. But this is not giving up. It is faith. Your heart says, God knows. Everything is in its place. Eckhart calls this the breath of trust. In that moment, you finally learn to surrender. Fear gives way to peace. 6. The sign, inner direction. You've been uncertain for a long time, But one morning you wake up and a voice within you speaks clearly. It's time to choose this path. No one else understands, but you know. That voice is not from outside. It comes from within. Eckhart says God's guidance is the silent inspiration that echoes in the heart. Now the path becomes clear, and without even realizing it, you have surrendered to the divine plan. 7. The sign, a visible sign. And one day, everything comes together. A sentence, a person, a moment. Something small yet deeply touching happens, and you understand, this is it. That is the moment when grace arrives at your door. God sends His greatest messages in the simplest moments, for truth is not hidden in grandeur, but in simplicity. And when these 7 signs are complete, you are no longer who you once were. You feel deeper, you act with more compassion, for the touch of God has transformed you. Eckhart says, grace is not merely given, it is first born within the human soul. This grace doesn't come from outside. It first blooms in your heart, then flows into your life. And from that moment on, not only you, but everyone around you begins to change, because the light of God transforms every soul it touches. Now pause. Take a gentle breath. Place your hand upon your heart and think. Perhaps these words, perhaps this very moment, were a sign meant for you. God has been preparing you quietly, without your knowing. And now the time of that preparation has come. A door will open, a joy will be born, and you will understand. This is the beginning of a divine grace.